Bob Lipton, and welcome to the season premiere of the Artisan Table. In this show, we'll be talking to artisans of all kinds from across the country, and we'll learn some insights into the craft and some secrets of a true artisan's lifestyle. Today we'll be interviewing Calvin Beechanmyer. He's an artisan woodcrafter. Enjoy.
I was raised surrounded by woodworkers.
Trying my patience, try pink carnations, red roses, and yellow daffodils. Don't forget the flowers someday, I know you will. Displays of affection and all good intentions, why don't you just send me the bill? Don't forget the flowers someday, I know you will. Lately been taking me way too seriously. I can't ever explain why I don't feel your pain. I left you behind, I know it's been a long time, but I'm not over you. Don't forget the flowers someday, I hope I do. Try my patience, try pink carnations, red roses, and yellow daffodils.
So Calvin, where does your typical day as an artisan start?
Well, I wake up in the morning, drink some chamomile tea, prepare a nice hot steaming cup of porridge, and I go to the workshop and eat my breakfast while cutting wood and sawing and hammering nails and creating pieces of art that I find beautiful. Then, at lunch, I go into the meadow and I eat my usually peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but only artisan peanut butter and artisan jelly. And I eat it by myself with nothing but the birds and the grasshoppers to keep me company, and it brings me a feeling of contentness. After lunch, I go back to the wood shop, I saw some stuff, and yeah, pretty much that's how, and then go home for dinner, yeah. It's pretty nice.
Why don't you take us to your wood shop?
Okay, right this way. This is my wood shop. You can tell it's a barn.
Yeah, very nice barn.
Thank you. My friend Rod built it for me with the help of my friend Jane and Mark. So I'll come this way and you'll enter the wood shop. And yeah, this is my wood shop. There.
Wonderful.
That's that guy over there. Do you see him? Let's introduce you to someone. Hey, Jamie.
Yeah, what do you want, boss?
This is Jamie. He's the guy that cleans the shop every Friday. Hey, Jamie.
Getting tired of this job. Stinks.
It's a good job.
When did you begin the craft of woodworking?
Well, I'd say about 4 or 5 when I carved, my daddy let me carve my very own wooden pipe that I thought he was trying to test me because he is a very well-respected woodworker. And I thought he was trying to test me to see how, if I had the skills like him and I could maybe become a woodworker when I grew up. But then after I carved it, he took it and smoked it.
How did that make you feel? Would you say that your father trod on your passion of woodworking at a young age?
I'd say that he really discouraged me from wanting to become a famous woodworker like him. I wanted to follow in his footsteps, and I looked up to him. But after that day, I felt like I was not him. I did not feel like him. So I decided that I wanted to be a traveling circus clown that would travel the world and make people laugh. My honky nose and my big feet. And I was pursuing my dream until one day I stumbled across a woman named Mary Jane who told me that I could do whatever I wanted. And I decided, Daddy, I want to be a woodworker just like you. This is my pine.
It's beautiful pine.
Thank you. It's only the best artisan pine you can find.
Now, Calvin, which of your many works are you most proud of?
Well, I have a few.
Did you make this beautiful workbench?
Oh, this? Oh, no. No, I didn't make this. I was just testing the drawers.
Oh.
Probably my most prized piece of work that I've held on to for many years is... Well, I was actually prepared for you to ask this question, so I chose this.
Oh, wow.
A doorstop I carved, I'd say, 5 years ago.
That's beautiful.
And the thing that I love about it is the angle of the wood and the perfect
wonderful
angle and the perfect other angle. And
let's get a zoom in on that wood. That's completely stunning. Just the tone of this hickory is just wonderful.
It's actually pine.
Oh, wow. Is pine the wood you use
Pine's
most?
a good wood. What were you saying?
Is pine the wood that you
Pine's
use
a good
most?
wood. I like it. It makes me remember the days of when I was a boy at my lake house.
So, Calvin, how important do you think the craft of being an artisan is?
The craft of being an artisan? Well, I think it's very important because not everyone knows how to cut a piece of wood the correct way like I do. I have been trained. I went to college
To be an artisan?
for a year, and I learned how to be an artisan woodworker in that year. It was called the Artisan College of America, and they stressed the importance of the craft in artisanship and how important it is to know that I can produce the craft better and more than anyone else that I know besides my family and the people that I know that are woodworkers, except...
That's a bold claim, Calvin.
Yeah, and I believe that the craft is very important to me. Yes, it is.
Calvin, how do you feel about the current environmental crisis we're in right now?
Well, a lot of people have asked me that question because my craft requires people to cut down living trees, and I think that's terrible that we kill living things, except I make it into art, I make it into beauty, and I believe that even though there's a cost to pay, that it's alright if you're doing it in little quantities, but like, I hate how there's these big oil rigs that come over to the U.S., just trash the oceans. Don't like that at all.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Calvin?
I'm listening. Every piece of wood tells a story. Yes.
How would you say becoming an artisan has affected your personal life, Calvin?
Well, I'd say that I've always kind of been chill and down to earth, so it hasn't affected it that much, but I've needed to devote a lot more of my time to the craft and the beauty of woodworking, and I feel that since now I only spend 1 hour a week in my own home, and that's my sleeping time. I feel like it's consuming me, and I wish that I could break free from the holds of woodworking, except it's not like one of those big companies that you can just say I quit. It's like different than that. It's in the heart, so I can't just quit my passion.
Thank you so much for joining us, Calvin. That was an incredibly interesting discussion we had, and I thank you so much for coming on the show. It's a pleasure having you.
I'd like to say a few final words. Anyone watching this, if you own a TV, I don't believe in TVs, so I don't really believe in this show either.
Trying my patience, try pink carnations, red roses, and yellow daffodils. Don't forget the flowers someday, I know you will. Displays of a